deal over the destruction of black males? Why does it seem our black kings are destroyed? A little bit of background about my studies. I am a biology major with an emphasis in genetics and a Spanish minor, and I consider myself a progeny of two individuals. One, Dr. Neely Fuller Jr., whom I first learned about racism, white supremacy, how it looks and how it works. And two, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, where I initially learned about racism, white supremacy existing as a system due to the fear of genetic annihilation by those that classify themselves as white. I will be using Dr. Francis Chris Wilson's The ISIS paper, and I will have sources to all of the books that I speak about and all of the videos if you want to go and look at some more material on YouTube. On her page 4 of the preface, she says, in the collective white psyche or the white mind, black males represent the greatest threat to white genetic survival because only males of any color can impose sexual intercourse, and black males have the greatest genetic potential of all non-white males to cause white genetic annihilation. What does that mean? Of course, I have a little diagram for you all, just a small frame of these black genitalia. We see I put black life in the scrotum sac, also known as the balls. This is where black men, of course, house the genetic material. Why is this so important? Because she says also on page 5, we do not realize that the massive deaths of black males constitute the genocide of black people, as it takes black males to make black babies and ensure future black generations. So essentially, if you take the male lion from the herd of lions, you will no longer be able to procreate lions. If you take the male organism of any population, that species no longer can procreate. So with the attack of black men, it is understood with the fear of genetic annihilation, because you have to destroy the man that holds the seed. Black men hold the seeds. We as black women incubate the seed for 9 months. 4 examples of where black men's procreation have been hindered, have been altered, have been deterred is 1, the Tuskegee experiment in Macon County, Alabama, from 1932 to 1972, where black men were intentionally given syphilis, being told they were being treated for bad blood, encouraged to procreate with their wives, literally causing syphilis and sterilization in their wives, congenital syphilis in their children. And although in 1947 penicillin had been found as the cure to syphilis, it was not disclosed to the gentlemen, and they were still given this. And this happened for 40 years. It was disclosed in 1972. 2, the New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness by Michelle Alexander, a phenomenal book where she wrote about the mass incarceration of black males with the false war on drugs issued by Ronald Reagan in 1982. Followed up by the introduction of crack into the black community in the mid-'80s. It literally spiked on TV. You saw it everywhere. Think about New Jack City. Think about NWA and the introduction of gangster rap and the portrayal of the black community to be drug-stricken individuals, gangbangers. Think about Boys in the Hood, menace to society. All of these things were happening even under the Clinton administration, when those black males who were thrown in prison for petty nonviolent offenses got out. Oftentimes under the Clinton administration, they weren't able to get food stamps, public assistance. Also, the 3-strike rules. This was under the Clinton administration. With the presence of crack, under that offense, black men were given 100 times longer sentence in comparison to cocaine. And this is literally what stopping the procreation of the black male race. When black men are in prison, what are they not doing? They're not only not protecting their race, but they're not procreating their race either. The psychoacademic war on black male youth, which was first educated to me by Dr. Umar Johnson, where he does an amazing example explaining where black male boys are misdiagnosed and diagnosed falsely with dyslexia, ADHD, schizophrenia, and put on these medicines that are highly toxic to the body, that are highly addictive, like Ritalin, Risperdal, causing breasts to grow on black males. A lot of the medicines given in treatment of these disabilities falsely given to black males lower the sperm count, lower the sperm quality, and all of this is literally legal and it's known. And lastly, the emasculation of the black male, which has been happening and transpiring from some time. I love to give examples on TV and shows because that's what we as black people do a lot. We watch a lot of TV. Think about it in Living Color with Blaine and Antoine, 2 snaps and a twist. Think about with Wanda, Martin. Literally, Shanae was so engraved into my subconscious, I forgot she was Martin. I literally would laugh so hard at Shanae. It dawned on me like a year ago, like, oh my goodness, Shanae is Martin. That's a man. Think about the emasculation of black males. Think about Tyler Perry. Even look at our memes and our vines. You have black males in panties skating in the street. You have more black men every single month. It seems that more dressing in wigs, more putting on lipstick, creating videos to make me laugh. I'm sorry, but I don't necessarily need a black male dressed up as a woman to find it humorous. It is many black women that are humorous alone. But what does the emasculation of the black male ultimately do? It stops the procreation of his race because he starts to view himself as a woman. The entire system of racism and white supremacy is currently trying to blur the lines and destroy the black family. You attack the male of the black community, if you take him out, it's game over for the entire black population. So understanding why it always seems that we as black women have so much more opportunity in comparison to black males, you would have to understand racism, white supremacy. We're given more opportunities than our black male counterparts. We're giving more higher education. We're giving more education in general. We're given better jobs. We're given better abilities. And oftentimes a lot of our benefits are in the absence of what? A male presence. But black male protection, black male presence is so needed in our community because it is the presence of the black male that the European can harm us no more. It is the presence of our black kings giving and imposing life to us as the black queens, where we incubate that life for 9 months, that we are able to create black love, black life, and totally destroy racism, white supremacy. That is the objective, to destroy the black family, starting with the black male. So black males, know that you definitely are loved, and know that you definitely have empathy. And as we grow in our consciousness and our development, this issue will be addressed.